Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to do an overview of week 2 for our English 205 class. What you'll see on my screen here is just our home page. I'm going to go to the content button up here so that I can access the week 2 materials. And let me go ahead and launch this unit. So this week is going to focus on problem solving. I'm going to go ahead and read through the kind of intro to this week, and then we'll take a look at some of the materials and assignments that you will be working on. So problems can present themselves at almost any place and any time. Using critical thinking skills you developed during week 1, you will practice applying the Dewey sequence in the discussion for this week. The Dewey sequence is a question and answer method for problem solving, and you'll apply it to a problem faced by many healthcare facilities, a nursing shortage. The Dewey sequence is a reflective method that requires problem solvers to define and analyze the problem, determine criteria for a solution, propose, evaluate, and select a solution, and suggest strategies to implement the solution. The ability to employ this method is the basis for the problem solution essay, which is due in week 5, which focuses on a problem of your choice. We will begin to develop ideas and plan for this upcoming essay during week 3. And you'll see our week 2 objectives here. You're going to be analyzing a problem using the Dewey sequence, develop an optimal solution, again using the Dewey sequence. You're going to discover how to evaluate the appropriateness and effectiveness of a text, and you're also going to discover how to evaluate information and sources. So here you'll see the readings and resources for this week. I'm going to highlight a few things here for you. So this right here, planning a problem solution essay, this goes over the Dewey sequence for you. What I might do is make a separate video where I talk more in depth about the Dewey sequence and about the upcoming problem solution assignment. I'm not going to do that in this video because I don't want this video to be too long. Here we have a fact sheet about nursing, specifically the nursing shortage. You're going to be using this for the discussion board post this week. We also have a number of things dedicated to the upcoming problem solution essay. So we have the instructions for that essay. We have the rubric that I'm going to be using to grade the essay. We also have a PowerPoint here. This covers weeks 1 through 5, and it talks about the problem solution essay. Again, I might record myself talking about that in a separate video. We have a problem solution essay example, and then we also have an APA style guide. So let's move on to the assignments for this week. First up, we have 2-1, which is the McGraw-Hill Connect module for this week. I'm going to open that up. And you'll see here, and I've showed this in previous videos, so these are the things that you should have worked on during week 1. During week 2, we're going to be focusing on chapter 12 in the textbook, which is on solving a problem. And then you're also going to be learning about evaluating information and sources. And so you can probably tell how these things will be useful to you in the problem solution essay, because you will be identifying a problem and proposing a solution, and also backing up your solution with some sources. So in order to do that, you must understand how to determine if a source is going to be useful or credible or not. So you have the McGraw-Hill Connect module. As per usual, that is due by 11:55 p.m. on Sunday of week 2. Let me move on to the discussion forum. Just one discussion this week. This is going to give you some practice with the problem solution format. Before you actually jump into the discussion board post, you should read through the Planning a Problem Solution essay document that I showed you a moment ago, which covers the Dewey sequence. You're going to be implementing that a little bit in this discussion board post. And you should also read the fact sheet on the nursing shortage, which, of course, gives information about a problem that the nursing industry is facing. Once you've read those things, you'll be ready to actually do the post. In your initial post, You need to answer these three things. And of course, this is according to the fact sheet, which you read. So first of all, what is the problem? What are the causes of the problem? And then what are the effects of the problem? Based on your own examination of the problem, you should then propose a solution that you feel would reduce or eliminate the nursing shortage in the US. Explain what that solution is and why you think it would be helpful. So to do that, you should follow the Dewey sequence here, covered in this document, Planning a Problem Solution Essay. That'll provide you a nice guide of how to structure your post and what ideas you need to talk about. So that's the initial post. Let me just open this up real quick. I won't go into all the details, but I will just give you a quick rundown of this. So this is a method of writing an essay, specifically problem solution essay, that was developed by John Dewey. He's a very famous educator. And the steps are, you first are going to define the problem, what is it? Then you're going to analyze the problem, and that's where you're going to actually go into more detail about what the problem is. So how did this problem develop? Where did it come from? What's the history of it? What is causing the problem? What are the symptoms of the problem, which is kind of another way of saying what are the effects of it? What are the current methods for addressing the problem, and what are the limitations of these methods? Or in other words, why are the current methods for solving the problem not effective or not working as well as they could be? There, you're going to determine criteria for an optimal solution, propose your own solution, evaluate the solution. I should say propose multiple solutions here. So suggest potentially options for, someone or society to take to solve that problem. Discuss kind of the pros and cons of those solutions, then determine which one is going to be the most, most effective or most affordable or what have you. And then finally end by suggesting strategies to implement that solution. So I would read through this document on your own, but that gives you a quick overview of the Dewey sequence. So that's what you'll be addressing in your initial post. So you're answering these three questions, and then you are also proposing your own solution. In your response posts, so the initial post that's due on Thursday by 11:55 p.m. Your response posts are due by Sunday, 11:55 p.m. In those responses, you need to have at least two. You need to respond to at least two of your peers. Identify where you have common ground or where you agree with your group members, as well as the places where your opinions seem to diverge or seem to be different. Further the discussion by asking questions and applying proposed solutions to real-life scenarios. And there's a note here about APA. The fact sheet is not in APA style, not in APA formatting. However, that is the formatting that is required for this class. So in your post, because you read the fact sheet, it is important that you cite the fact sheet in your discussion, and that must be done in APA style. If you look through the readings and resources section that was on screen a minute ago, there is an APA style guide there. We also have a lot of useful resources in the library. If you need any help with the APA, you want kind of a refresher, you want some examples, let me know. We can set up a time to talk about that. So yeah, any sources that you use, you're required to use the fact sheet for this assignment, and then any other sources you use also need to be cited in APA format. Your initial post needs to be 250 to 300 words. Your response posts need to be 100 to 150 words. Finally, for this week, we have a quiz over the problem solution essay. This is to test your knowledge, test your understanding of the upcoming essay. All right, sorry about that. I had a phone call that I had to take. The last assignment for this week is the quiz, which again covers the problem solution essay requirements. It's just a way to make sure that before you really get started on that project that you have an understanding of what the expectations are. And that is it for week 2. Again, it's kind of a recap here. You have the McGraw-Hill Connect module is due Sunday of week 2 by 11:55 p.m. The initial post for the discussion board is due Thursday by 11:55, and then by Sunday you have the reply posts, your 2 reply posts, and the quiz are due Sunday as well. As a reminder about our late work policy, you can turn basically anything in up to 2 days late. For each day late, you get there's a 5% penalty on the assignment. The exception to that is the reply posts. The reply posts must be made by Sunday at 11:55 p.m. Those cannot be accepted late. I will, when I'm done here, I will make a video going over the problem solution essay in a little bit more depth. If you have any questions for me, just let me know.